Welcome back. So, we will continue the discussion of seeing different locators, and the next one now is to see about XPaths. Um, yeah. So, generating XPath based upon text. So, till now we have seen XPath syntax using customized way, right? You can also generate XPath based upon that text whatever you are seeing in the screen, no matter if it is a link text or any other text. So here I have used by link text locator. This is valid only when the text is shown as link with anchor a tag. But whereas the XPath syntax, whatever we are going to write now using text, that can be any tag. So basically, if you reach this page, you can actually access any locator using the text of it. Okay, let's see how to do that. And this feature is not present in CSS, it's exclusively for XPath only. So in the last lecture we have written code till clicking on this forgot your password, which will land us on this page, right? So in this page I want to click on cancel so that it will go back to the login page, right? So inspect this cancel button, and by looking at this, yeah, I can use this cancel text now and I can create XPath if you simply follow the syntax of this. Okay, so let me copy this syntax. I'll bring back to my test. For your understanding, I'll paste it here. Driver dot find element by dot XPath. Tag name optional, it's up to you. So in our case, tag name is written as anchor A. Okay, good. Text. You see that how the syntax is defined, and then you need to provide your text here. That's it. So my text here is cancel. Let me close this page. So these are the different courses I teach in this platform. So it's up to you which one you can select. If you carefully observe, every course of mine is bestseller. So it's not easy to get this tag. It depends upon student reviews and the content quality, and there are so many factors where they decide to give this tag. And I'm happy to tell you that all the courses I teach here are on bestseller. If you want interested in any of them, let me know. I can share you some discount coupons for these courses and you can purchase them for less price like this. Okay. Okay. Now cancel. C is the caps. Right. Now I will copy this XPath and first I will validate if it is correct or not. You can do it from your console or you can go back to your CrowPath plugin and just place in this edit box, hit and enter. Perfect. One element matching, and you see that how it is being highlighted. So this is how you can write XPath based upon text as well. This is super cool feature, right? But do not use this all the time because texts are dynamic and subjective to change. Today it's cancelled, tomorrow they can change code like go back to previous page. So make sure you don't rely on these much, but yes, if you think these are constant and will not change, you can still use this. Alright, so now when I run this test, it has to click forgot your password to reach second page, and then it has to click again cancel to go back to the login.salesforce.com. Let's see how this goes. So with this you will be very clear in understanding how to write locators based upon the text. You can use link text or text attribute with XPath. Okay, you see that you reached back from that page, so that means this locator is working successfully. Nice. Next, now I am going to introduce one more important concept of creating XPath and CSS by traversing tags. Let's talk about that now. Let me close this browser. Right. So in general, you can also write XPath by traversing through tags from parent to child. Now for example, if I want to get this username object, you see that I am here. Now if I ask you to write locator, you can write by dot class name with username label, or you can generate customized XPath or CSS with class attribute or for attribute, which is great. Now if you want to write XPath for this without depending upon attributes, let's assume that all the attributes whatever you are seeing are dynamic and keep on changing every time, or there is no class attribute at all, no attribute is present. The attribute whatever you have here is keep on changing, so you cannot rely on that. In that case, you have only label tag. So how do you write locator when you don't have trust on any attributes defined in that element? So you can actually first go to your parent tag. So now if you carefully observe, div id username group is a parent for this. So how do you confirm this is parent? So when you close this icon, label is also getting closed. Okay, label for equals to username is sitting inside this parent. That's why when I close this, that is also getting closed, because that is a child of this parent. So now if you think this is your parent is unique and can be uniquely identified with this id, first you can write XPath to reach that parent. So //div @id equals to, just follow me, you will understand by end of this lecture. So now we are assuming basically that no attribute is unique, so that's why we reached parent attribute first. Now from here, now when you hit this XPath, your control will be here, right? Okay, now from here you have to reach this point. If you want to reach from parent to child in XPath, you can simply put one slash, that means parent slash, and provide child tag name. That's it. Hit and enter, and now your control is in that username. You see that red mark here. When you don't have this slash label, you are on the parent, everything is being highlighted. In that parent, if you do slash and if you carefully traverse from your parent to child, to traverse like this, you have to put one slash and give the child tag name. Perfect. Now you got a XPath of that username label. So we are going with this. When you think that there are no unique attributes for this label, then you can rely on it, your parent unique attribute, and from there you can navigate to your desired child attribute. Okay, so this is the concept. Now if I want to achieve the same in CSS, it's so simple. So first you have to go to your parent, and there is slight change in CSS syntax, right? So this is the parent CSS syntax. Now from here you have to go to the child username. So in XPath we have given slash and provided tag name. In CSS, instead of slash, you need to give one space and then give the tag name of your child. Hit and enter, and you see that username is being generated. Perfect. So this is how you can actually use the syntax to traverse from parent to child. So if you see the Word document, I have explained that parent tag slash child tag you want to do if you want to create XPath by traversing tags. If it is CSS, then parent tag space child tag. Okay, so now let's assume that even this parent tag is not unique, and here it's a unique. So grandparent of it is unique. Even you can use that. You need to simply traverse from your grandparent to your child. That's it. So when you assume that this is not also unique, and if you know that this is unique because IDs will not change mostly, Now you can actually start from here and come to your child. Let's see how to do that using XPath. So first / tag name. Let me choose name attribute, name equals to login. Okay. Now we are here. Now from parent, if you observe carefully, you can't reach this child directly because first you have to reach to its immediate parent. So close this. Now your actual desired element is inside this, right? That means from here, first of all, you have to reach your child. So under this form, these two are all these are child elements. Field set, div, form. All these are child elements of this form. Okay, you can see that what are immediate child. How will you know is like just close this, all your child elements will get closed. And when you expand, child will open up. Now you want to go to your one of your child to reach this username. So your username is present inside this. So first you have to reach to this child out of all these childs. / tag name, right? Give the child tag name, div. Hit and enter. But 3 elements matching found. So what XPath is complaining here, when you are asking me to go to child tag called div, I have 3 childs which have div as a tag. Which one to choose? It's confused. That's why it's saying I am returning you multiple elements. In that case, you have to deliberately tell out of all these 3, you need first one because your child is sitting inside this first div. So this is how you can tell div 1 that represents first child. Now hit and enter. Perfect. Now you have successfully got one element matching and you see that your control is here. And that's what it's being highlighted here. Now from here you need to go to your another child again. / the child of this is label tag. That's it. And now you have successfully created XPath from its grandparent to grandchild with transfer using tags. So this is the concept what you can do. In CSS it's little bit tricky. If you have indexes, you can do that with nth child, but I will talk about this later because that involves little confusion and complex and no one suggests to use that. So when you think there are multiple divs like this, then it is safe to go with XPath by having just providing index like this. Okay, so now let's use this. We will come back to our login page after we click on cancel, right? Driver dot find element by XPath. Perfect. Okay, let's continue in our next lecture with this discussion.